Hey everyone, happy Friday. Welcome to Volunteer Vibes. I'm Denise Middleton. Hope you guys have been having a great week so far. It is Go Texan Day, so I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited about the rodeo. I know the parade is happening tomorrow morning, and there's a lot going on this weekend. And there's, of course, volunteer opportunities. So we have some unique events that are happening and of course some ongoing needs that we want to fill you in about. So I want to bring in our first guest this morning, Justin Bertrand Pitts. He's with Men Incorporated. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. So I'm so glad you can join us because this is a really cool opportunity. You guys are looking for male mentors. But first, if you can just start off by telling everybody about the program, how it all got started and when you decided to do this.
Absolutely. Men Incorporated, it stands for Mentoring, Educating, and Nurturing. We've been around since 2011. We initially we started on the west side of town, so we're southwest. We were in Alief area, and we solely focused on Alief, and we started in Alief Elsick Ninth Grade Center, and it just kind of exploded from there. So now we service about 200 or so young men throughout the year, and we have active mentoring groups, individual mentoring in the community. We have active mentoring groups in every grade level, from fourth grade all the way to 12th grade. And so we're constantly looking for volunteers, for mentors to come out and help us kind of change the life of these young men that we work with.
Yeah, and tell us about that, the impact that you've seen and how the students have responded to this.
The great thing about the groups, the school groups that we do, a lot of the rules, each group has their own different dynamics. So the rules that they come up with their own rules. We have a basic rule to respect everybody, but each group comes up with their own rules. So their dynamic, the way they interact with each other, looks completely different. But the great thing about it is they build a brotherhood within those groups, and they start to hold each other accountable. So within that, we've been able to see behavior changes, both at home and at school. A lot of our administrators within the schools are telling us, after a young man's been in our program for a few months, they've noticed a complete change in the way that he interacts in class. His grades are changing. His mom and his parents are noticing a difference at home. So we've noticed a lot of great success over the years, and we've been able to kind of use that to bring those who graduate out of our program, to bring them back and to have them mentor the younger kids that are newly enrolled into the program.
I love that. These mentors are so important and so necessary. So, tell us exactly what it is you're looking for in a mentor, and this is in person, right?
Right, right. So yeah, so what we're looking for is our services start at age 8 and we go all the way to age 25. But we're looking for mentors, for community-based and one-on-one mentors. And what we're looking for is pretty much a gentleman who is able to share some life experience, share some skill that he may have, and demonstrate to other people that, to these young men, that they can do so much more than what's around them. It only requires you to spend 6 hours a month, is all we're asking. Those 6 hours can be done in person. They can be done virtually, of course, due to COVID. And we really rely heavily on the parents to tell us which one they feel most comfortable with. But we're looking for gentlemen between the ages of 25 and 50 to do mentoring, to do one-on-one mentoring. We also have opportunities for people to help us in support groups, such as some of the ones that's showing on the screen. Yeah, so those support groups, if you have a past history, being in jail or criminal background or something like that, these young men need to hear that story of what made you change your life around. And so we're looking for volunteers, for men in the community to come and just be a mentor and share that life experience with these young men.
Right, and we just showed our Jonathan Martin there helping
Yeah,
out. I'm sure they love that, but it sounds like you also have training sessions. Is that correct? For
that
some of
is
the
correct.
mentors, what does that consist of?
Yeah, so each mentor goes through a background check. Of course, we try to make sure we get good quality. Backgrounds don't necessarily mean that you're disqualified from being a mentor, but we also provide orientation and training. So we dive into like positive reinforcement. We dive into some of the behaviors that a lot of our students may see, and the behaviors that the mentors may experience with the kids. And so that training really kind of walks them through how to deal with that, how to respond to that, and how to make a genuine connection with the young man that they may be assigned to. That orientation is twice a year. We do a refresher course. When they first come into the program, we do a certification course, and then we do a refresher later in the year. But we try to make sure that they're up to date on mental health techniques and how to respond to these young men who may come from different backgrounds and different environments.
That's good. And so how many volunteers do you need? And when they meet in person, what are the COVID protocols? Do they need to wear a mask? Do they need to have a vaccine?
Okay, so we have no cap on volunteers, to be perfectly honest with you. Right now, we actually have a wait list of students who are waiting to be matched with mentors. So actively on our wait list, we have 46 kids on our wait list. So we're actively recruiting volunteers for mentoring. The protocol for when they're meeting, if they're in person, we encourage masks to be worn when if they're traveling in a car together. Of course, we encourage them to have their windows down. They do receive a manual from us, our COVID protocol. We do have kind of step-by-step that we go through with them, but we rely heavily on the parents to tell us what they feel most comfortable with. So we allow the parents to really tell us, do they want a mentor in their home, or if it's best that they meet, outside at a park or in the community or something like that, to allow the parent to kind of make that decision. But we do have standard guidelines in a booklet that we hand them to be sure that they know what the organization believes.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to take a moment to say hi to everyone online. I'm looking at the comments section here. Muhammad is asking if there's a website or Facebook page where he can learn more. Of course, if you want to sign up, you can go to volunteerhue.org.
Awesome. From the very first student that we kind of initially started the organization with, watching him grow and become a teacher now, and then each year seeing a lot of our seniors graduate and go on to college or go to the military. It's really like no words can be expressed for that. To just think that this was once like a small little baby for us, and to realize that this is more. It's more than me. It's more than our board of directors, and it's just really no words can express how like that feeling. Just to see our guys like grow and blossom out of their shell and be able to help other people. That's the best part of it, is really seeing them realize, hey, I can make a difference too. And recycling the things that we've learned, that they've learned, and that we've instilled in them, giving it back to the community is an awesome feeling.
And I'm not sure if you mentioned, but did you have any male mentors growing up when you were their age?
I did. So I had a lot of guys like in my community, in my church. And my dad was a police officer, so I had a lot of like police influence around me and stuff. Yeah. So I still made bad choices though, and it really boiled down to personal choice. I made bad choices, and I had to own up to those responsibilities and those choices. And that is what really prompted me to have this passion. When we first started, it initially came from just people who didn't have that. And really, realizing that it was something that I was fortunate to have, and everybody doesn't have that ability to say, I'm going to hold you accountable and have somebody backing them up and cheering for them, and that's what we wanted to do.
All right. Well, if just in case there are some folks who are just now joining us, if you can just reiterate, the hours that you would like for these volunteers to put in, and how often you would want them to work with the students, and the age range as well.
Okay, so our student ages are 8 to 25. The mentors we're looking for between the ages of 25 and 50. We have other events and special events that everybody can come and volunteer for. But mentors are required to do 6 hours a month. That 6 hours can be done virtually. It can be done in person. All we ask is that whatever the parent agrees to and you agree to, you just continue to document those hours. We have a system that you can document those hours. We make it very easy using the Men Incorporated app. You can go there and document your hours. You can plan out your sessions with your students. And we try to just make it as convenient as possible. We don't want to interrupt your life, but we ask for 6 hours a month. And those 6 hours go by really quickly. And most of the time, our mentors get a lot more than 6 hours in.
All right. Well, I just think this is such a wonderful opportunity. Justin, thank you so much for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you.
And I hope you guys are able to get plenty of mentors. I see some more folks coming in here in the comments. So thank you again, Justin.
Thank you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. So we have another guest that we want to bring in. This is another cool opportunity for you guys. So let's go ahead and bring in Thelma. She is with Bread of Life. Hey, Thelma. Good morning. I think you're on mute right now. You're still on mute.
Sorry about that.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So, yeah, I know you all have, ongoing needs, as far as volunteers are concerned, but just start off by telling us a little bit about Bread of Life.
Sure. Bread of Life was founded by Pastors Rudy and Juanita Rasmus. They're the senior pastors at St. John's Downtown. And when they started in 1992, they immediately noticed a need in the neighborhood where they saw homeless people sleeping around the church. And so they started by actually serving meals from the back of their car, from the trunks of their car. They served hot meals. And that effort grew into what's known now as the Bread of Life Incorporated. So the Bread of Life Incorporated is to provide services to anyone who is in need. We provide disaster response, and we also provide resources, health resources, food, supplies, diapers, whatever anybody needs to families that are in need, to the homeless, communities that are in need. We're just everywhere.
That's wonderful. And I know you all have a supply distribution happening tomorrow. So you have the volunteers that you need for now, but just in case someone wants to let a family member know or a friend know, tell us about this supply distribution. When is the time that it's happening and what they need to know.
Okay. Sure. This distribution that's going on tomorrow is from one of our programs, the Community Care Program. And what they do is they provide basically case management to anyone who's in need. And they go out into the community where our normal distributions, the community comes to us. So they go out into the community to take supplies to those people who are in need. And that's what's happening tomorrow in the Sharpstown, Gulfton area. But every third Saturday of the month, we have a drive-through distribution located at 2019 Crawford, and that's on the campus of St. John's Downtown. That's every third Saturday. Anyone can drive through from 8 to 12 to pick up supplies. Volunteers are needed between 7 and 12:30 p.m.
Okay.
7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Gotcha. And so for the volunteers, when's you're going to need them? How soon will you need these volunteers, and how many are you looking for?
So we have ongoing volunteer opportunities. If I can tell you about a few of them.
Yes, absolutely.
We have every week we pack boxes, and those boxes will include household items and personal care items, things that have been donated to us from Procter & Gamble and Matthew 25. And we need volunteers to help us pack those boxes. So we pack boxes Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 8 to 12 and from 1 to 4. And then on the second Saturday of every month, because we know people are working during the week and they can't help on that Tuesday through Thursday. So on the second Saturday, we have our family and friends box packing day. And that's from 9 to 1. And so that's box packing. And then for the distribution, we have the third Saturday where we have the community supplies distribution on the third Saturday of each month, where we actually take those boxes and distribute them to the community.
Okay. And so what about, in terms of COVID, do they need to have a mask? Do they need to be vaccinated? Yes. What are your requirements?
All of our volunteers wear a mask, whether they're packing boxes or participating in the distribution. We also have a radio station, and they need volunteers from time to time to help with the radio station, actually. which is a great service to provide information to the community about just services, resources, things that are going on that are helpful.
And what if there are like some high school kids or even younger who may want to participate? What's the age range and what do they need to do if they are, a little bit younger than you usually?
So our general age is 7 and up. On our Family and Friends Day, we will take volunteers as young as 5. Okay. So all minors from 7 or 5, if it's the family day, through 17, they need to just have their parents sign a waiver, and the parent also needs to be with them if they are under 14.
And talk about, the need here. How great is the need in the communities that you serve, and just also remind people the difference that they can make if they do come and help out?
There's a great need. We have so many people who are, of course, living on the streets or just they have mental health issues or other issues where they are not able to take care of themselves and they need help. And so we're trying to support them. We're also trying to support people who are low income or struggling because of job loss or COVID consequences, things that have happened since COVID or since Harvey. Any type of disaster, we respond to that. So there's a great need for volunteers for all of our programs. We have to have somebody help us pack the boxes so that we can distribute them. And then we need the people to help us distribute the boxes on those Saturdays. We need people to help us register people who are in line to receive the donations. So there's a great need for volunteers.
Absolutely. Thelma, thank you so much. We appreciate everything that you all are doing in the community, and we hope you get some more volunteers. Thank you so much for joining us.
If I can give you our website, I don't have it in print, but any volunteer can just go to volunteer.breadoflifeinc.org, and they can sign up you'll see all of our volunteer opportunities, and they can sign up there.
All right, awesome. Thelma, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and we also have Volunteer Houston with us. And of course, you can always go there to their website and check out all the different volunteer opportunities that are taking place each and every day. So, Erin, I know there are some more family-friendly volunteer opportunities that are happening this weekend. So tell us about that.
For sure. So the As One Foundation for Sickle Cell Education has a race day happening this Sunday. And that is, open to families to participate and volunteer with the setup. There's all sorts of different opportunities for you to get your whole family out and about. And this foundation was established by a former Houston Texan, DeVar Darling, after losing his identical twin brother, Devon, during college football off-season workout to a preventable sickle cell trait exertional death. So education about sickle cell trait as prevention of these deaths is at the heart of their foundation events and activities. So this race day is a great opportunity to involve your family and, get out there and volunteer and bring some education to this cause. There's post-race refreshment, kids zone, race registration, setup, kids zone, floaters, etc. There's a lot of great opportunities, and you can find those on volunteerhou.org.
All right, and I know you also have some pretty unique opportunities as well. Like I know one organization is looking for a translator, so that's something for folks to keep in mind as well.
Yes. So Memorial Assistance Ministries, if you're available on weeknights, they're looking for bilingual volunteers who speak English and Spanish on weeknights in West Houston. And if you're compassionate, patient, and you enjoy interacting with people from different backgrounds, they would love for you to help out at their West Campus front desk. And their current needs are for 6 to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday. And you can find their agency page by searching Memorial Assistance Ministries on volunteerhou.org.
All right. Are there any other opportunities we need to tell folks about before we go?
Sure. So Harris County Cultural Arts Council has a really awesome literary event happening tomorrow, The Personal Librarian. And New York Times bestselling author Victoria Christopher Murray is going to be there and speaking. So there's a lot of great event volunteering roles. If you're really interested in the arts, that would be really great. It's happening tomorrow, February 26th, 1 to 5. So definitely check it out.
All right, Erin, thank you so much. I'm going to bring everyone else back in. Thelma, are you still there? I just wanted to tell everyone, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, you know, if you want to help out and get involved and have a positive impact in the community, you can always, you know, head here every Friday at 11 a.m. to find out what's going on, what fits your schedule, and the volunteerhu.org's portal. You can go there and check that out all the time, you know, anytime. So again, thank you all for joining us this morning. We hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.